Okay, hopefully you can see what's going on. With just some electrical cleaner, we're just going to squirt inside each of the pots. You can always hear it working, kind of pops like Rice Krispies does when you add the milk. On the, on the bits that really need it. That one did. And then it's just a case of rotating the pots round just to clean and get that stuff everywhere. This is all just part of general servicing. You can always tell which pots are which channel's been used more often. Usually the vibrato channel, because the pots move a lot smoother than they do on the normal channel. Well, that one's very grindy. So is that one. Maybe we need just a bit more in there. Really free it up. It's a rough point about there. 0, maybe about 7 or 8. That's really stiff. I haven't used in a while. Okay, and then it's just a blow through of our connectors and sockets. I always like to give the inside of the fuse holder a bit of a clean. You can get build up in there. Clean up our sockets, our input jacks, bias pop. Ooh. Now it's a case of just flipping it over and doing the valve sockets. I probably don't need my block of wood. Just re-angle that for you. Need a preamp valve. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squirt in each of the sockets, and I'm going to shove this valve in and out a few times. Not shove, but you know what I mean. Insert in and out. Just to really work that cleaner in there. Make sure there's nothing in there that shouldn't be. You get a build up of carbon and dirt and dust and grease and all sorts. Second one. There we go. Number 3. 4. 5. 6. The cleanest valve pins ever on this valve, yeah. Now I need an optical valve for those. What we got? Got a no-name 6v6, 6L6, sorry. Not that it matters, we're only using it to clean the sockets. Split the connectors apart. And then in and out a few times really work that in there. Next time a valve breaks, I might just use the base to make something to make this job easy, because you're always at risk of damaging the valve if you press too hard or pull too hard. Job for another day. Right, all cleaned. Okay, next job is to replace the plug. Okay, notice something quickly when opening up this valve, not the valve, plug, is that the wires aren't, you can see over here as well, they're not standard UK wiring, which makes sense because it came from Europe, but it's not, oh actually, looks like USA, black, white and green, but obviously on a Swiss plug. So looking at the inside of the chassis, I can see that the white is fused, which is interesting because it should be the live, which should be black, or is it the other way around? So what I'm going to do with my multimeter is just double check. I get a beep, we know they're connected. Why no beep? Let's just try the black just in case there's a... Why aren't my beep all working? Well, there's resistance there. It's not between black and white. My beeper's not working. Maybe I broke the speaker when I took it apart. Right. Well, what I'm going to do is, because when I actually look inside this amp, I can see that the white wire is fused, and I want that to be my live, and my black wire goes to this. They've disengaged the ground switch, they fused no, I see. They fused the neutral and they've wired the black to your on-off switch. Well, usually I put when I build them, I put the fuse down the switch on the live. Actually, it's a different switch at all, isn't it? And the neutral goes straight to the transformer. Okay, well, we're going to put we'll wire it with black to live then. Thank you. Wire it, so black is white, live, white is neutral, ground is ground. Okay. Okay, new plug-in wired on. Next job then, I guess, is to fire up and measure some voltages. Right, okay. I'm actually going to spin it around this way because what I want to be able to do is measure the voltages and pop some valves in as we go. It's about as precarious as I can make it organized. controls to 0, to 1. Okay, so it does not say how the speaker jacks are wired. I'm going to have to assume it's 4 ohms. I don't know if you can actually see that. See any of that? If I turn this light off, the camera might adjust and let you see more. Might be exciting. Don't know if you'll be able to see my multimeter from there. If you can't, not to worry. I'll just read off what it's saying. Give it a good ground connection. And then my probe. What I've done, one of my multimeter leads, actually a crocodile clip. Do you know, it might be easier to put that light on. Just have it higher. And maybe you can see. Yeah, it's just a crocodile lead. So I use that as my ground. And then my other one is just a standard probe. So, first things first. Let's check we've got some grounds going on. Let's check our new bypass caps are grounded. Yep. Yep. And yep. We've got ground between our bias cap as well, and the other side. Excellent. The other side doesn't show it's connected to ground, which is what we want. Just go through and check everything. Okay, so I need to switch my connector to my 4 ohm box down here. So from my speaker lead, I connect straight to my 4 ohm dummy load. Okay, connect it to my light bulb limiter. Okay. So, rectifier valve, GZ34. Let's pop you in there. Okay. And on she goes. Okay. So I've just turned her on. She's got some voltage running through it. Our GZ34 sounds like it's working. Okay, even though I've got no valves in the sockets, I'm just going to measure pin 3 on our output valves. It would really help if I set it to DC volt. And we get 484 on one valve, on one socket, and 484 on the other. Right. Just kind of what I expect for an unloaded amplifier. Okay, let's pop our 6L6s in. I have to say, mains transformer is vibrating a little bit. I think it can't hold on shore. Right. Might be. I know we tested that valve, but it is rattling somewhat. Okay, right. Valves are in. We had 484 on the plates before. Now they're actually in. We're down to 451 on that one, and 452 on that one. What's vibrating? Don't know if the camera's picking that up, but something. Really vibrating in there. Right, pop some more valves in then. We'll start with our phase inverter, which is our 1287. And then we'll pop the other 1287 in, which is position 3. That's what I'm thinking about it. Yeah, there's a big rattling going on somewhere. It sounds like it's coming from our rectifier valve. Because you can really feel some vibration going on. Right, with our 1287s in, our plate voltage on our output valves has dropped to 449. Just going to pop the rest of the valves in, which are we have the Telefunken in V5. Pop that one back in where it belongs. And then we've just got the RCAs in the rest. There we go. Let those warm up and then we'll measure our plate volts again. You hear that ticking? My SAT6V is that GZ34. Okay, right. Let's measure these again. We've now down to 446 on the inner tube. And 448 on the outer tube. Seems alright to me. Nothing's on fire, nothing's blowing up. Okay. That's fine. Just going to measure our negative volts on our bias pot. Negative 52. Okay, what I'm going to do is, even though those voltages are okay, that GZ34 is buzzing like you wouldn't believe. So I'm just going to pop in a replacement, see if that calms it down. Okay, here we are. The amp is still on, by the way. Just going to wiggle out and remove that rectifier. And the rattling stops. Okay. Replacement in. Too many things going on here. Okay, so we had 4/4 something, didn't we? Now measuring 4/4/4. On the inner valve in the tube, and on the outer one 4/4/6. Okay. So even though this Siemens GZ34 tested good, something's loose inside. And actually it got very, very hot. What's our GZ34 like? Running much cooler. Hmm. .636 is nice and hot. Well, the amp's running. I've got rid of the buzzing. So it needs a new GZ34. Even though you can still feel transformer, mains transformer vibrating, which is interesting. Okay, next thing to do is plug something into it and hear it, I guess. Okay, so with the chassis now back in the cabinet, I'm plugged into the vibrato channel, input 1, volumes on 3, treble on 5, bass on just under 3, reverb on 3, and playing using my Strat. Doesn't sound tired to me at all. Just turn it up a bit. Sounds great. Thanks for watching.